All right. So now let's get it in. Let's talk about it. So here's what I want to say right off the bat, right? E3 2021, all digital. They did the best they could. Fair enough. Can't wait to be back in person next year. But E3 happened. Now it's time to talk about it. So there's so much to talk about, but tonight I want to zero in on Xbox and PlayStation and Nintendo specifically. Okay? Now, in terms of this particular topic, here's what we're going to break down. So, Xbox had the best show. How will PlayStation respond? Now, a lot of y'all, if you agree that Xbox had the best show, please let me know. You know what I'm saying? Hit yes if you think they did, no if you think they didn't, or whoever you think had the best show. Just put it in the chat, and so we could get to that as well. But here's why I feel that Xbox had the best show. And when I'm talking about best show, I'm talking about literally the best show. You sit down and you're watching a show and what was presented and how it was edited, cut up, like everything as a whole, overall, how was the show? And I feel they had the best show. I'm going to tell you why. One reason why I feel they had the best show is because when it comes to Xbox Game Pass and how they're pushing that, they literally had, I believe, 27 games that's going to be day and date with Xbox Game Pass, and some of those games are actually exclusive to Xbox, and these games look really, really good. So that's the first thing, right? That's crazy. That value is there, and they doubling down on it. And it was like back to back to back. It was smooth. It was barely any talking. You know what I mean? It was really a lot of games shown. A lot. So that right there is major. That's one. Two, another reason why I feel they had the best show is all the hype and talk around Starfield. They came out, and even though they didn't show gameplay, they showed in-game alpha footage. Not in engine, but in-game alpha footage of the imagery of the game, which was good. Like, it looked, crazy, but until we see gameplay and know what it really is, we can't judge. But to know that this is an Xbox exclusive and that's the way they're going about it, at least for now, that right there holds a lot of weight. That's power, because there was a lot of hype around it, and they set the show off with that. That right there was fire. That's dope. The third reason I would say is finally they showed a game actually in real time. Now, there is a question about whether or not it was running off of Xbox Series X or running off of PC, and we know how Microsoft is. A lot of times they'll say something is here, but it's really not. But with PlayStation, it says captured on PS5. There's no questions you gotta ask. You know what it is, and when you get the game, it look like that or it's better. Just keep it real. Sony know what they're doing. But anyway, back to what I'm saying. The situation here. Hold up, my bad. Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Like, can y'all hear me? Everything sound good? I just want to make sure. I just want to make sure we good. 1 second. Yo. I don't think y'all can hear me. Hold on. Yeah, it's on. 1 2 1 2. Can y'all hear me? Audio good? All right, cool. I just want to make sure because I didn't see it going up and down on here. But okay, if y'all can hear me though, we good. So here's what I wanted to share with you, and this is very, very important. So when it comes to the other part of the show, when it comes to Forza, when they showed Forza Horizon, that was absolutely the first time since the Xbox Series X been out on the market that we've seen a game that takes advantage of what all the hype was about. The 12 teraflops, you know what I'm saying? World's most powerful console. All this stuff on paper, but when are we gonna see it? Forza Horizon 5 showed it. That joint looked amazing. Like, for real. That joint looked crazy. Now, I ain't gonna even front. It is extremely disappointing. It's extremely disappointing now that we know that, at least for now, things could change later, but that ray tracing is only for the Forza Vista mode, but it's not actually a part of the game. That right there is horrible to me. And with a racing game, it's 4K 30, but they do have a high performance mode for 60 frames per second, which is great too. I understand it's an open world racing game. But the problem is when you talk about all this power, and then you know, you talk about um this is supposed to be the world's most powerful. Like, how you don't have ray tracing in your game, but you have it for a Vista mode when you're just looking at your car. It's like, what is the point? Like, I don't. It's like you gonna take pretty pictures. That's deceiving because that's not what the game does. So I just think it's horrible that that is there. But aside from ray tracing, overall, the game itself, the scale, the graphics, the density, the cars, the models, the Mexico, like period, the Forza AI, how all of that was insane. All of it. That was insane. You know what I'm saying? Um, and I think they knocked it out the park with that. So they had a lot of variety to show. You know what I'm saying? Whether it's party animals, the 12 minutes, to Forza, to Starfield, like they had a lot to show. Now they don't get a perfect score because Contraband didn't have no gameplay. Redfall didn't have no gameplay. The Outer Worlds 2, which was an amazing trailer because of the joke and the narrative that they had, but still no gameplay. You know what I'm saying? So it's still an issue when it comes to that. But Stalker 2 had an incredible showing. So they have a lot of promising things, and we know that there's a lot to come. And so far, when you look at what Microsoft has as a whole, it's exciting because you got Fable, you got Perfect Dark, you got Hellblade 2, you got Redfall, you got Contraband. Like, they got some titles to look forward to. Avowed, like they got some stuff to look forward to really see what Xbox is going to really be like in 2022 going forward. You know what I'm saying? So that's my piece on Xbox in terms of why I feel they had the best show and they did their thing. They did their thing, man. Now, the next part of this topic is how will PlayStation respond? How will PlayStation respond? Now, in the chat, I would like for y'all to put how do y'all feel PlayStation will respond based on what y'all saw of the Xbox showcase. Here's what I gotta say though about how PlayStation is gonna respond. Now, PlayStation is in the lead. So it's not like they have to respond to Xbox because they're losing or something like that. But when you're in the lead, it's not about getting there, it's about maintaining it. And the importance of PlayStation right now is not so much about how they respond to Xbox, but how they maintain how they got to the position that they're in now. Now, Sony has been number one over Xbox for the longest. That's not the issue. But Sony just overtook Tencent to be the number one gaming brand for revenue in every area in the gaming industry, from network to services to sales to all of it. All of it. They are number one. They are the number one brand in gaming. Period. So because of that, you got to maintain that. Now, it's been proven that when Sony drop exclusives, it's over. Ain't nobody touching a Sony exclusive. It's tried and true. Now, what they have to elevate though is there's more exclusives that they need to have in their arsenal. So at a first party standpoint, they can have all the genres covered. So they definitely need a first party multiplayer title that they can call their own. Now, we all know about Killzone, how amazing that is, but I'm talking about a game that could potentially be just like multiplayer only, or like a big major free to play, something like how Fortnite is or whatever. Not to say it has to be a carbon copy of that. I'm just talking about something in the genre that's Sony's only and they can show off on it. Because it's important to have every genre covered at the highest level. So with third party or without third party, first party alone got every genre covered. So that's Sony's next step on how they can respond to Xbox in terms of maintaining what they already have and expanding and scaling more genres within their first party. All right? That's the first thing. The second thing I want to say is, and I heard this like a lot, but the fusion of PlayStation Plus and PlayStation Now being rolled into one service, the price may be increased slightly, but having PlayStation Plus collection, PS Now, and just all the services rolled into one big package is going to be a big game changer. I'll explain to you why. So currently, right now, if I'm not mistaken, PlayStation has, I think, 50 million or more PlayStation Plus users, right? 50 million or more. So if they have 50 million or more PlayStation Plus users, then what you think is going to happen to PlayStation Now if it rolls in and it becomes a part of the service as one? Because PlayStation Now by itself has, I think, 3.2 million subscribers right now, but they generate more revenue than Xbox Game Pass and anything else. They represent 52% of the cloud gaming market. PlayStation Now, yes. So they're number one even in cloud gaming. But it's not about just being number one. It's about maintaining it. You understand what I'm saying? So the point I'm trying to make now is when it comes to rolling auto services into one, that 3.2 million subscriber base for PlayStation Now becomes 50 million plus overall. And not just I pay $1 for 3 months and and that's it. Like, this is real subscribers, because PlayStation, they don't have it for $1 for 3 months. They have it where you get a free trial for 7 days, and after that you gotta pay. So when it comes to the subscribers that's on PlayStation, you see that there's a lot more revenue driven, and because people are willing to pay for that, it show. Okay, put it like this: Xbox Game Pass, in terms of what it actually has more value, especially because of the day and date releases, like Starfield day and date, like stuff like that. Xbox Game Pass has a higher value, but in terms of gamers voting with their wallets, PlayStation Now actually has the highest value. If you want to talk about truth and in practice and what's generating the most revenue. You know what I'm saying? These are the conversations that people don't want to tweet about and talk about, but this is real. You only gonna get the realest when you come to me. You already know I get them. You know what I'm saying? So how PlayStation should respond, in my opinion, is continue to grow their first party genres so they can scale it. That's one. Two, roll PlayStation Now and PlayStation Plus collection, all that stuff into one big happy package and dominate in that area. That's two. And three, when VR hit, it's over. Because this next VR, the stuff that it could do, a lot more people is going to be using VR. The next VR that drops for PlayStation, a lot more people is going to be using it. A lot more. You understand what I'm saying? So that right there is crazy. And four, because PlayStation brought Evo, and they got a lot of fighting games and all this other stuff from a community cultural standpoint, PlayStation is in a position to do a lot more for an underserved community from an esports standpoint, especially with introducing an esports betting platform that they showed the patent for. So those are just four things that I feel is going to be very powerful, crucial, and also imminent. And in a few weeks, when they show, do their showcase, I'm telling you right now, when y'all saw Death Stranding and the way they did that trailer, giving little hints about Snake coming, Solid Snake coming, I'm gonna tell you something. The level, go back and look at the Death Stranding video. Go back and look at it. That level that they showed is actually the first level in Metal Gear Solid remade. That is the first level of Metal Gear Solid remade. And you see the people walking around. That is the first level of Metal Gear Solid made. And what's so crazy about it is that it's not top down like how the original was. So that right there already points to what I've been saying before, that Metal Gear Solid remake is coming and it's gonna look insane. And for it to be running on a Decima engine, is gonna be out of this world. And they show Metal Gear Solid remake, people gonna pass out. And that's just one game. Stay tuned for more. So that's how I feel about it. Now, before we go back to some more Hades gameplay and stuff like that, I want to give a special nod to Nintendo because they did a good job. I love the fact that they set it off with Tekken in Super Smash Brothers now. You know what I'm saying? Heihachi up in there, Kazuya up in there. That joint is dope. They showed a lot of gameplay on that. Metroid Dread, Metroid 5 is coming. Metroid 4 Prime is still coming. Legend of Zelda Breath of the Wild 2. They showed a little bit of that. They did a good job, man. They did a real good job with their showing, and I'm looking forward to it as well. And and also and also Ubisoft, they had a good showing too. Rainbow Six had a real good showing. I like that. Avatar, even though that was in-engine footage with the new Snowdrop engine, that joint looked like a movie. And I'm telling you right now, after playing Ratchet and Clank on PlayStation 5, that game looks better than the Ratchet and Clank movie. For real. For real. For real. It looked insanity sane crazy. Like, next level, son. So, there's a lot going on. There's a lot of moving parts. A lot of people did good. You know, PC Future Game Show, like everybody, you know, did alright. But Capcom, their joint was pointless to me. I don't even know why they had one. That made no sense. I wouldn't have did it. Capcom's was horrible. Yeah, like I don't get it. Like they could have left that in an email. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, this was a good E3 for what it was digitally, and now we wait to see what Sony got. But that's what I wanted to talk about on today's topic. I hope y'all enjoyed it. Now I want to see what y'all got to say. So, David, we're going to you first. You said Sony got a lot of smoke coming. Give us hype. No doubt. Sony got a lot coming. And I'm gonna speak on that real quick. In 2013, if I'm not mistaken, they talked about how they had 140 games in the making. Recently, they talked about, Herman Hulse talked about 25 games being made, and half of them is like brand new IPs, or like a little under half is brand new IPs. Like, this is it. Like, this generation right here, you're about to see Sony like you've never seen them before. I'm gonna tell you why. Because this isn't just a next generation from other generations. This is not the jump from, you know, PlayStation 1 to PlayStation 2, PlayStation 2, PlayStation 3. This is a revolutionary jump across the board technology-wise, simply because the way the systems was designed, and uniquely and specifically the way the PlayStation 5 was designed. At the heart of the system, the way it was designed, it's much easier to get games up and running, which means we're going to have more games. That's one. But not only that, the engines. Sony did a lot of investing in engines so that it's easier to utilize PlayStation at its highest level, faster, earlier in the generation cycle. So, yep, get ready. I'm telling you, because a lot of y'all know Mark Cerny. Mark Cerny is amazing, but there's a lot of other names that y'all don't know, that y'all not familiar with, that are geniuses behind the scenes. And let's just say, I have the privilege of being aware of who they are and some of the things they're up to. And I'm telling you right now, man, Microsoft, they came close with the Xbox 360. They beat Sony in America, but globally they still fell short, mainly due to exclusives. But this generation right here, like, Xbox Game Pass has to be the reason why a lot of people pick up the Xbox overall. Because what Sony got coming, quality-wise, game-wise, also it's $100 cheaper if you get the digital version. Listen. I wish I could tell y'all certain things, but I can't. But I will say this. The bet is not just about how powerful your system is. It's about the development team you have, the way the development teams work together, and removing your ego so you can get things done. And the culture within the walls of Sony in their development space is second to none. Get ready. Look at my face, yo. For real. Get ready. It's about to be serious. So, I'm gonna take some more questions real quick before we get back into some more Hades. Yo, Aztec in the building. What's going on? Sam in the building. All right, so he said I think they're also gonna have an answer for Game Pass, and I don't think they have to copy it. Just make the value of your service close to Game Pass. Sam, you're absolutely right. Jim Ryan already said as much, that they are working on something that's going to be a response to Xbox Game Pass. So get ready, get excited, because you're about to see something that you didn't expect, and VR plays a major part of it. And also, y'all remember something called PlayStation Home? Now, I'm not sitting up here saying that PlayStation Home is coming back in the way that we knew it back in the day on PS3. But what I can say is that there is a unique social aspect that involves VR that's coming to PlayStation, and I believe everyone is going to be excited about it as long as they present it right. And I'll leave it at that. You know what I'm saying? So, on that note, I love y'all. One love and God bless. Let's get back to Hades. I hope y'all enjoying yourselves. We're going to try to beat another boss, and let's get it in.
Hip hop gamer, Logitech.